Hello viewers, you're watching Afghanistan Report and I'm your host Swati Kundra. The main stories are: over a dozen killed in two separate Taliban attacks. Kerry aims to ease crisis over Afghan unity pact during Kabul visit. And British actors bring Shakespeare's Hamlet to Kabul. Violence continues to remain unabated in Afghanistan. Recently, over a dozen people were killed and 7 wounded in 2 separate incidents of violence. A report.
On April 11th, a Taliban suicide bomber on a motorcycle killed at least 12 army recruits on a bus in eastern Afghanistan. The blast hit a bus in the Sorkru district of Nangarhar province, which borders Pakistan. 12 bodies and at least 38 wounded were taken to the main hospital in Jalalabad.
موتورسیکلی که زرنج بوده که قبلا اینجا توقف بوده این موتور مداومینه که از اردوی ملی سوق کرده بودن و انتقال می‌شدن دو موتور امور هدف قرار دادن که موتور چاپه شده از منظم شده آمده به سایه چکوری افتاده و زخمی‌ها و کسایی که بوده و انتقال شده به شفاخانه.
In a separate incident on the same day, 2 people were killed and 7 wounded when a minibus carrying workers from Afghanistan's Ministry of Education was hit by a bomb blast in the capital. The roadside bomb blew up the vehicle which was carrying workers to their offices in Kabul's eastern Bagrami district.
مورین ورداشتیم 3 نفر از بالا آوردیم. پیش جا اومدیم 3 نفر دیگه ورداشتیم. دمی سر رسیدیم یک انفجاری شد. انفجاری شد باز دم حالت صدا کرد ما شیشه بیرون پریدیم دقات گندما دولت ما دیگه به خود نفهمیدیم که چی شد چند دقیقه بعد به هوش اومدیم بیادرای دیگر زخمی ها را برداشتیم در موتر یار شفاخانه بردن.
Government workers and members of the security forces are often targeted by insurgent groups, including the Taliban, who are seeking to topple the US-backed government in Kabul. The Taliban have stepped up their insurgency since most foreign troops withdrew from Afghanistan at the end of 2014, although Kabul has enjoyed a period of relative calm during the harsh winter months.
US Secretary of State John Kerry visited Kabul on an unannounced visit to demonstrate support for the National Unity Government headed by President Ashraf Ghani. A report.
Kerry's recent visit to Kabul comes at a difficult moment for Afghanistan, with President Ghani's government weakened by infighting between political rivals, the economy shrinking and the resurgent Taliban getting stronger. After meeting with Afghan President, Kerry repeated an offer of peace talks with the Taliban and called on Afghanistan's fractious politicians to work together.
Again today, we call on the Taliban to enter into a peace process, a legitimate process, a real process that provides equal rights, protection for all Afghans, and brings to an end the violence and the suffering that the people of this country have endured for so many years.
The political difficulties facing Ghani have been wrested by the deteriorating security situation, with NATO officials estimating that government forces have full control over no more than 70% of the country. US forces in Afghanistan are due to be almost halved to 5,500 from the current 9,800 by the start of 2017, and the new commander in Afghanistan, General John Nicholson, is conducting a review of security before making his recommendations to Washington sometime in June.
President Obama has made his policy very clear. His policy is to extend the period of time for the 9,800. And he has stated his intention to move thereafter to the 5,500, but he also has always said he will listen to his commanders on the ground and he will evaluate the situation, and he has commissioned a review by General Nicholson, and I am absolutely confident that whatever the President is going to do in the future is going to be guided by the people on the ground and by General Nicholson's report.
Kerry offered no hint on whether the timetable may change, saying only that President Barack Obama would make his decision on the size of the force after listening to what commanders on the ground had to say.
India is home to more than 10,000 refugees from Afghanistan who have taken shelter in Delhi after they were forced to leave their country due to threats from the Taliban. Today we take you to an Afghan family which is seeking to come to terms with life.
Life has taken a U-turn for this Ilyas family. Once used to lead a comfortable life in Kabul, the family of 5 is surviving with $1,800. Till a few months ago, they were living on a paltry compensation of $900 each month from United Nations High Commission for Refugees before an Indian NGO Access stepped in to help them. The family was forced to migrate to India in 2012 when Ahmed's father, Abdul Rahim Ilyas, who was working as an army official with the National Directorate of Security, was killed by Taliban.
We have been living in India since 2012, and the situation of Afghanistan, when we had lots of problems in Afghanistan and we left because of problems and Taliban, and my father killed by Taliban in Afghanistan. And also the Taliban followed me in Afghanistan 2 times, and that's why we forced to live in Afghanistan and came in India.
The 19-year-old Ahmed Ilyas and his younger brother have taken upon the responsibility to look after the 5-member family by working in a Delhi's restaurant, earning $900 each month.
When we came in India, we can't be able to speak in English or Hindi, so we had lots of problems at first, but after all we study English, Hindi, computer, now it's okay. And also in access a part of UNHCR, and we are refugee in here in UNHCR, and because of UNHCR we find access, and now the access gave us a job in a hotel.
The Ilyas family is among more than 10,000 refugees now living as refugees in Delhi after they were forced to leave their motherland in the wake of attacks and tortures by the Taliban.
Now we take you to Kabul, where British actors performed William Shakespeare's drama Hamlet to a spellbound audience at the British Embassy. Take a look.
Huddled inside a colourful tent on the tennis courts of the British Embassy in Kabul, foreign and Afghan drama enthusiasts watch a performance of William Shakespeare's Hamlet with apt attention. The production, featuring British actor Naeem Hayat, is part of a 2-year-long global tour by Britain's Globe Theatre Company, which has already travelled to countries from Rwanda to Antigua to Lithuania.
This is a tour that is quite extraordinary. Over 2 years, I understand the troupe have been to nearly every country in the world. Quite an extraordinary achievement, travelling over 180,000 miles to achieve that. And they performed in a huge range of locations, ranging from a marina in Antigua, an impromptu outdoor performance in Rwanda, and the National Museum in Lithuania. But I like to think that actually performing in a tent on the tennis court of the British Embassy in Kabul will perhaps be one of their more unusual locations for performing.
The story of the melancholy Danish prince and his doubting quest to avenge a murdered father is not without relevance to a country that has known more than its fair share of assassination and betrayal over 30 years of war. Its 400-year-old iambic pentameter verse, not to mention the particular stage conventions of Shakespearean drama, can make it a challenge for audiences even in English-speaking countries.
شکسپیر شخصیت عادی نیست. شکسپیر ما در نوجوانی خود در تئاتر افغانستان مطالعه کرده بودیم، میشناختیم. آثار بسیار بزرگ داره و در این زمان خوشبختانه ما در تلویزیون افغانستان اوتلوی شکسپیر ما بازی کردیم.
Farooq has played Othello in an Afghan television production before the Taliban era, and a Dari language version of Love's Labour's Lost was performed in the bomb-damaged surroundings of the 16th century Babur Gardens in Kabul in 2005.
With that, we have come to the end of this week's episode of Afghanistan Report. I'm Swati Kundra taking your leave. We'll be back next week with more news and views from Afghanistan. Goodbye and Khuda Hafiz.